Hello, happy morning, happy fresh Friday. We got a dope guest in the building stepping into the Star Studio, man. How you feeling, Dope
I'm
Truth,
feeling
man?
good today, man. I'm feeling good today. Money making Fridays.
Beautiful Friday, man.
It's beautiful outside today.
Great day, man. Thank you for stepping into the Star Studio, man.
Appreciate you having me.
How's Atlanta been treating you so far, man?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I've been in and out of Atlanta for probably like the last 4 years. So like being here for like the past year, like here, I love Atlanta because like it's just a mix. Everybody, it's 12 o'clock. You know, get what I'm saying? You wake
People
up, get
active
right
already,
to it. You
right?
get me?
They active. They getting outside. They trying to get it super early in the
Right
day,
to
man.
it.
I guess my first question for you would be why'd you choose to make Atlanta a permanent home?
Like I said, I was in and out of Atlanta for like 4 years now. My manager currently lived in Atlanta, Lamar, named L Nice. For those that don't know him, pretty much Atlanta's just like the music hub that a lot of artists, I call it like, if you're trying to get your training wheels going, and once some training wheels come off, you're trying to stay in the motion. I think Atlanta's the great place for it. You feel me? I'm originally from Florida. Like I played New York a lot as well. So I just think Atlanta's like best to be like central without it being a central state. You know what I mean? Like,
So you grew up from Florida. What part of Florida are you from?
I'm originally from Palm Beach, Florida.
Or
Right,
how
yeah.
would you say growing up in Palm Beach shaped your sound, your music?
Growing up in Palm Beach, man, it was like survival of the fittest. You got me? So it's like I know everywhere got they tough battles and stuff like that, but it's like to know Palm Beach is to know Palm Beach. It's like it's real quiet while being real loud. It's like you got me. So it's like it's so easy to get involved in certain things. It's like you got Miami that's like a quick 30, 45-minute drive away. You got Lauderdale, Boca. It's just
A lot to do.
a lot to do.
In a small area.
A lot to do.
A lot of
Exactly.
different vibes.
Exactly.
So you said you had went to UCF, correct?
Correct. I went to Valencia for a little minute, then UCF. Yeah.
So how was your time at UCF? Was you making music back then, or
Oh yeah, I was. I was. It was cool to be honest, man. I was the one that like used school as like a path to get out the house. It's like a lot of people just immediately knew like, nah, I'm not going to school. Me, I was like, nah, if I go to school, my family's on my side.
yeah,
You got me in. It just made sense
that's
for
real.
me.
That's
And
real.
I was never like slow. Like that was it was easy for me.
So I was never stupid, man.
You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I knew school was, important.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that's the truest thing. Cause I was the same reason I went to school. Like I just gotta keep moms on the good side real quick.
Come on, so you gotta keep mom happy. Nothing else matters.
Right. So I guess when did music become, I guess, the priority for you?
What happened was I used to DJ in high school. So I used to do like pep rallies. My mom's had a little lounge. So I used to try to throw my own little parties and stuff like that. And so I started DJing. And then I always had I wanted to do it, but to be honest, nobody around me, and you are like what's around you. Nobody around me did music. I didn't know any producers, engineers. All I knew was dudes that was getting to it. You get me? So I was like, let me DJ some parties. And then I was like, yo, I want to make music. So then I reached out to the only person I knew in Orlando because I knew was moving out here. I was like, yo, you know where any studios at? He's like, bro, it's one right across the street from my house. I've never been to it, but it says studio and they always doing specials and stuff. I'm like, yo, I'm moving to your neighborhood just because he said it was a studio across the street. I didn't even know what the apartment looked like. I didn't know nothing. I just was like, send me the name of your complex. I'm going to sign a lease just because it was a studio across the street. And that pretty much what happened in 2012.
What? So I guess how would you describe your sound?
My sound is like, it's rough. It's very like, it matches my name. Like I speak a lot of truth, a lot of things people can relate to. And I would say like, I definitely got a melodic side. I'm also a songwriter, so it's easy for me to put myself in other people's situations and shoes.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think my music is open to a lot. You get what I'm saying?
What do you prefer, songwriting or actually being up on stage performing?
See the question you asked: songwriter versus performer. Performing is like a drug, a high that you can't really compete with. But when it comes to like actually like songwriting or like being in a studio or something and actually just being the one rapping, I actually like building and connecting with other artists versus me just being in the studio by myself or having everybody there for me. It's like, you know what I mean? Because I was always taught like I don't want to be the smartest in the room. And it's like, oh, I don't want to be the main focus in the room. Like, you got what I mean? I'm like, I'm always the fly on the wall. But when you do hear me, it's like, oh, who's he? Like, where's he been? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just always love that approach.
That's fire. So I guess like who are some people you written for before?
I worked with a lot of New York artists. I got Jim Jones on there,
Okay.
Mano.
Okay.
I got one with Fabio Foreign.
Okay.
Dusty Locane.
That's hard.
That's my boy. Rotimi. You know, he's out in Orlando now. My boy Rotimi. I actually did one with Rotimi and Busta Rhymes. So Busta Rhymes is he's a legend to me. So I caught one with him working with Rotimi.
Those some big names. Well, what did you or I guess what were you writing for Rotimi? Was it some Afrobeats vibes or what?
Actually, yeah, exactly. But
Really?
he was doing some like it was his last project before the one that just dropped. But he was actually like he had all like we had some dope writers in there. So he had the whole Afrobeat, the whole R&B, but what the album needed was some turn up. So it's like
You brought the energy.
I brought the turn up. You get me? So it was like it was a record called Sing Sing featuring Busta Rhymes, like, and it's literally just Rotimi on a whole nother like Afrobeat but turn.
That's fire.
It's a vibe. I appreciate that record.
That's fire. So I feel like what is a writing experience you'll never forget? Like, was it a certain rapper or a certain song or artist, singer?
Writing experience I'll never forget. Well, to be honest, like I told you, I love being a fly on the wall. So, in studio experience I'll never forget is with Jim. And it was a record that I didn't even have anything to do with, but just to see, just to see how he sits in there, like, cause I grew up on Jim, like knowing like, okay, Dipset, all that was a movement. So to actually be in the studio and seeing like, yo, 20 years later, this man is still as focused as like what I seen on YouTube back then, it just amazes me. Like, so that in studio experience, like without doing anything, was like a whoa, bro. Like he listened to this beat for 5 hours. He's really like he rapped a whole verse on it. It's like, nah, it's not it. So it's like to see that level of like drive still versus like because you get caught up where it's like you think every artist thinks like their first verse, their first hook is it. Like, yeah, that's it. Sign it, bounce it, I'm done.
Ready to get out the studio.
Right. So that was an experience that I don't forget. So like, yeah.
Let's talk a little bit more about your music. You just released the video for Lord Forgive Me featuring Raw Swish.
Right.
Tell us, how did that song come together? Take us behind the studio process of that song.
I actually was in New York when I recorded that song. My boy, shout out to Essex. He's out in Germany. He actually sent me the beat or whatever like that. I'm like, yo, this is kind of hard. And at the time, it's like, we fighting like ups and downs. He's like, if you're a real hustler, you already know it's not always afloat. Like we all in. It's just you just have to know that. So it's like it was one of those days where it was like I was asking like Lord to forgive me because it's like I was doing things and leading back towards certain situations that I didn't want to be in. You get what I'm saying? So it's pretty much like, yo, you know what? It's like, so I in the record, I like shout out my moms, I shout out my brother, like they're doing good, but I still feel like I'm not doing enough, like things like that. So it's just like a little self-reflect of like that current state I was in. And then I thought about it and I'm like, yo, I need my boy Ra on this. You feel me? He's a New York artist as well. And it was like it's like a trap, but not drill beat, but it's like a trap, but it's like a mixed beat. It's hard to like describe the beat because it's not a drill beat, but I felt like he would be dope on it, and he was dope on it. And he could relate too, because he got a brother, he got a mom. And when you in this entertainment business, you already know it's like everyone always feels like they're not doing enough. So it's just one of those reminders like, yo, we here type of thing.
I love that. I love that. I guess what can we look forward to you? Do you have any new projects on the way? Anything else new coming out?
Yeah, I actually just dropped a album like 2 months ago called Presidential Truth. Right.
Truth.
So like I got a lot of records on there. I got one with Zoe Dollars. I got this record with Ross Swish, the video that just came out. But it's dope vibes, man. It's really just showing like my growth and like showing like if you stick at it, like anything's possible, pretty much.
If you could tell people to go stream one song that could define you or show exactly who you are from that tape, what would it be and why?
That's a hard question. I'm gonna definitely give you two.
That's
one
cool.
one on the I'll say wins and losses off the last album, Presidential Truth, just because it's like when I listen to it, it actually reminds me of the journey, meaning like it wasn't easy. It was like it wasn't easy at all. So and then if we're outside, I would say Bad Bitches. You feel me? Because it's like I shout out all women, like all styles. It's like I just love them all. You know what I mean? So I think that's my two personalities. You know what I mean?
Who would be your dream feature, a male and a female, that you really want to collab with?
I'll start on the female side. I definitely want to do something with JT. Just because
some hard.
Right. Just because like I like her. Like a lot of things with me is obviously she's talented. I will never take away from that. But it'd be the drive for me. It's like when if I'm able to get next to an artist and see actually how they move, how they work,
It changes
like
your whole perspective.
right. So a lot of artists I get next to and I'm like, you cool, like nothing against you, but I'm like, I don't want to do anything. You know what I mean? But she's definitely a female that like I see like she won't stay down. You know what I mean? Like she won't stay down. So JT on that and on the dude side, I'll definitely have to go Cole because I grew up listening to Cole, and just because I feel like people wouldn't expect that. It's like you know what I mean, like how Cole and Yachty dropped the record. You got me, and it was like Cole and Yachty. You know what I mean? But I just feel like Cole will make me step up, type crazy. You know what I mean? So I'll say Cole. To be honest,
Are you a big Cole fan?
I am. I would say.
What is your favorite album or tape from J. Cole?
Ah man, the Dollar in the Dream was obviously my thing, but then Forest Hill Drive kind of took me like because it was I just like transition music that actually shows growth. So anything I'm like, yo, like you growing, you can see the growth. You can see like certain things that used to matter don't matter no more. Like those things like that just always, I like shit like that.
Let's talk about Forest Hill Drive for a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, that album, I think it just celebrated its 10th year anniversary last year.
Yeah, okay, I did remember seeing
He
things.
had that big show in New York, but that I don't know. Like to me, I feel like Friday Night Lights would be my favorite project, but it's like that was the project that kind of like set him out of here. Why do you think so?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Friday Night Lights used to be on my SoundCloud overnight. Like
what high school? That's all I was bumping.
overnight. I wouldn't stop. Just, yeah, nah, I ain't gonna lie. And to on a deeper level, I think Cole, like, I really stuck with him, like, because of the stories about his mom getting abused and like his mom like dealing with certain dudes that he ain't really rock with. And like that was me growing up.
He can't do nothing about it.
That was me growing up, man. It's like, and I feel like, it's everybody. Not everybody, but it's a majority. So it's like I related to him crazy because I was like, yo, I'm so defenseless. But it's like, this is my mom. Like, you get me? It's like, why can't I do nothing? I've never felt that defensive. It's like, even as an adult now, it's like when I think about the times where like I feel like I can't do nothing, it's never been that low. So it's like I just related to him because he was just talking to me, and like it was like therapy that I couldn't have with anybody else. I was going outside playing basketball. I wasn't telling nobody that was happening at home. You get me? So it was like that.
Man, just that situation, man, it takes me back to Three Wishes.
Mm.
The song Three Wishes. It was like, man, I wish I would have grabbed the strap right off the effing shelf, scared that nigga shitless. There goes two of my wishes for real. Like, yeah, Cole, you right. But like, Cole be talking about the stuff he seen with his mama, and it hits so different. Bro.
I think it hits even if you didn't go through it.
Yes. No, literally like, it hits if you don't. It's just the script, the way he described it. Like he literally puts you in the situation as if you was right there, like you had to go through it. And I think that's what's J. Cole's best ability. That's the way he paints pictures.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's a great picture painter.
So I guess if you was to get J. Cole on a song, what type of song would it be? Would it be one of these reminiscent past kind of thinking about the struggles from my past, or would it be some turnt John like we did with Yachty, or would it be like
if I get him in the studio, we definitely not doing one song. You get me? It's like I'm gonna be like on some 14-hour, I don't want no water, nothing. Like what? Like you get what I'm saying? But I probably would put him on the wins and losses song that I brought up earlier. Just because I know like he'll deliver. I don't think it's a song he wouldn't deliver, but I know what I want from him. You know what I mean? Like I know what I want from him, and that's what I want. I want you to like you get me I want you to hit home.
So do you think J. Cole is the biggest of the big three?
To be honest, man, like when it comes to like me, it's like it's all about like how I get like how it affects me. So it's like when it comes to big three, it's like I guess that would have to be my big three. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like
for our generation, that's the big three: Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole. I don't really know who else you're putting up.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's for that's what I'm saying. That would be their big three. Like me, I love all three of those artists, but I would have never put them in the top three if it was coming from me. That just wouldn't be me.
So who's your top three?
My top three, like it's like you gotta people base things on different things. Like accolades and all that stuff to me don't really, not to say it don't matter because you did it. Somebody else is trying to do it, but it gotta hit home and it gotta like you gotta like be a trendsetter like culture wise.
People gotta follow you.
not to take anything from Kendrick, dope music, and on the West Side, everybody like I think there's a lot of people that want to be Kendrick, but like for me, that what really moved me as a youngin is Cole. I was listening to Fab, right? And I'm a Florida kid telling you this. I'm listening to Fab, and like it's like obviously we had different times, but it's like it was hard for me to ever put like obviously I like Drake, but it's like I like Ross, like and then but I would say Future. Nah, I'll go Future, Ross, and Cole. That's what I was listening to.
Yeah.
Drake, he snuck in there later on when I was like probably like 10th, 11th grade. You get what I'm saying? Like he snuck in there, and it wasn't on some like tough guy shit because I was always the dude that was just chilling. Like I never portrayed tough. Like I told you, fly on the wall, but I got things done. I knew everybody. Everybody knew me. The killers knew me. The nerds knew me. Like, but I was always a fly on the wall. But it's like I just had to resonate to it. So when it got to Drake, to be honest, I didn't start liking Drake until I was around some bitches. Like, like you get what I'm saying? Like, then I was like, oh, this what he's saying? Like, oh, I didn't know this what he was saying. Like, so that's when I started liking Drake. But now I grew up on Ross. And you got to remember, Ross was a songwriter getting no credit. So I related to him that way. Cole was speaking to my mom's situation. And Fab was just how I wanted to get fly. Like, I was just like, yo.
I love Fab too.
You get me? I was just
Soul
like, yo.
Tape era.
You putting that on, you feel me? Death come in threes. It's
Death comes in
threes. Come on,
that's my freaking mixtape right there. They don't know about that one, bro.
Come on, like, but
what's your favorite song from that tape, man?
It probably would be that. Like, he had oh man, it's like it's certain tapes that I can listen to all the way through, day, and that just like I couldn't believe I didn't say Friday Night Lights, like what you said, because that's one of them repeats. I don't even know what song is playing. just go the whole time to the point with my little brother, like he's 4 years apart, but it's like it's to the point now he's like, yo, like, bro, you were playing all this stuff before like you was doing da da da. I'm like, is that? I'm like, yeah, bro, I put you on, my boy.
I put you on. Don't forget who put you on.
I put you
don't
on.
Don't be going to your school talking about it was you. Your big brother.
Exactly.
Man, dope, truth. I just want to say I appreciate you for sitting with us, man, being in the Star Studio today, man. Please let everybody know where we can follow you and find you and stream your music, man.
On Instagram, I'm Dope Truth, DOPETRUTH, on all social media platforms. Got a website, noinvestor.com. We got merch, No Investor. You feel me? Infuse your life with action. Don't wait on nobody to make it happen for you. We here.
Man, appreciate you, Dope Truth, and we rolling out.